You know what I realized after leaving the military? Building wealth is not about what you buy. It is about what you stop buying. When you get out of the military, there is this moment where you go from military structure to total freedom. And if you are not careful, that freedom can become financial chaos. I learned that fast. So today, I want to share the 10 things I stopped buying as a military veteran that helped me keep thousands of dollars in my pocket every single year, build real wealth, and stop wasting money on things that don't move me forward. The first thing I stopped buying was brand new cars. I know this one hurts because we all love that new car smell, but here is the truth. Cars are emotional purchases, not logical ones. The moment you drive that brand new car off the lot, it loses value instantly. You just lit a few $1,000s on fire for the feeling of something new. When I got out of the US military, I thought I needed to upgrade everything. My wardrobe, my car, my apartment, like I had to make up for lost time. That is how most veterans get stuck. You come from structure, routine, rank, and discipline, and suddenly you want to treat yourself. But you have to be strategic about it. A car that is 2 to 3 years old that someone else already took the depreciation hit on is the smartest move. Let them pay the emotional tax. You pay the practical price. The second thing I stopped buying was high interest anything. Credit cards, buy now, pay later, personal loans. If the interest rate starts with a 1 or 2, it is not helping you. It is enslaving you. I don't even take debt at all. I don't take debt with interest at all. That is one of the first rules of freedom. You cannot be financially free if you are paying someone else to use their money. When I got out, I promised myself I will never carry debt again. And to this day, I don't. I have zero debt. Zero. I don't finance cars. I don't carry credit card balances. I don't take out personal loans. If I want to buy something, I buy cash. Everything I own, I pay cash for. That is real freedom. That is what discipline does you. The military taught me how to live below my means, but I had to unlearn the habit of buying for validation. The third thing I stopped buying was extended warranties. When you buy a laptop or a TV or even a phone, someone always tries to sell you the peace of mind package. They say it is protection, but most of those warranties don't actually cover the things that break. They are built to make you feel secure while quietly taking your money. Think about it. If a company is selling you a warranty, that means they already calculated that the average person won't use it. Otherwise, they will not sell it. The math is always in their favor. Instead of paying for an extended warranty, I set up what I call my "oh no" fund, a small savings account for emergencies, for when something breaks, for when life hits. You are self-insuring yourself. It is smarter, it is cleaner, and you actually get to keep your money when nothing goes wrong. The fourth thing I stopped buying was cable TV and all those premium subscription bundles. I don't need to pay $100 a month to watch the same 5 shows and some commercials. I remember one month I looked at my subscription and realized I was paying for YouTube Premium, Netflix, Hulu, ESPN, and Amazon Prime. Altogether, that was around $120 a month, which means $1,400 a year. For what? So I could watch the same reruns. I cut it all down to what I actually use. I pay for 1 or 2 services and that's it. I would rather use that money to invest in something that grows or to fund a weekend trip, because those $10 and $15 charges seem small, but when you add them up, they are eating a big part of your check without you even realizing it. The fifth thing I stopped buying was single-use outfits and event-only clothes. This one used to get me all the time. You get invited somewhere special, a wedding, a party, a formal event, and you think, I need something new for this. So you buy a shirt, a suit, a dress, or a pair of shoes that you will only wear once. That is how closets get full while your bank account gets empty. My new rule is simple. If I'm not going to wear it at least 5 to 10 times, I don't buy it. Let me show you something interesting. I have 5 suits: black, gray, tan, brown, and navy. That's 5 suits, different colors, okay? Suit, the jacket, and the pants. And then you buy 3 color shirts: white, blue, and tan. With all those, you can match the jacket with the another pens and so on. You can do 75 combination with only those that are just listed. I found that online and it was like life-changing moment for me. That's what I use. Whenever you switch, people think that you have a lot of suit because they cannot remember all the colors that you have. They think you have more suit, but it is only 5 suits. Imagine that. That's what I do. I just match the suit and I have like the 75 combination in the note. When I go to work, every single day, I just check the one that I wear yesterday so I don't have to wear it. And before you finish the 75, people don't even remember because 6 months has passed. You only go to work 5 days a week, right? You don't need a new look for every event. You just need to change those suits. You need a new mindset. The 6th thing I stopped buying was daily convenience food. The drive-thru, the delivery apps, I will just grab something quick meals. I'm not saying don't eat out ever. I'm saying don't make it a daily habit. When I started tracking my expenses, I realized I was spending over $400 a month on food I did not even remember eating. You swipe, you scroll, you forget. When I start meal prepping on Sunday, that $400 turned into $80. Same calories, same satisfaction, but $320 back in my pocket every month. That is almost $4,000 a year. And you know what is crazy? Most people will never notice that they are bleeding money like that because they are not looking. It is when you take your bank statement and you start doing the math, you see that, oh wow, that's crazy. The 7th thing I stopped buying was pay-to-play certification. You know those expensive training programs or random boot camps that promise you a 6-figure job if you just pay $10,000? Don't fall for that. You already earned the real cheat codes, tuition assistance, and the GI Bill. The government literally gives you free education money. Use your tuition assistance while you are in the military to get classes or certifications paid for. Then use your GI Bill after you leave the US military to go to college or learn a trade. You cannot double dip. So if you use your GI Bill while still active duty, you are wasting that second stream of BAH later on. I always tell people this because I did it right. I used tuition assistance, which gave me around $4,000 to $5,000 a year while I was active duty to finish my bachelor degree. Then, when I got out of the military, I used my GI Bill for 2 master degrees, fully paid for while getting paid monthly to study. If I had used the GI Bill early, I would have lost probably that second income stream completely because they only give you 36 months of GI Bill. That is a big mistake people make. They think the GI Bill and BAH stack at the same time. They don't. You cannot get paid BAH twice for the same month. If you are active duty, already getting housing money because of your dependent or your off-base living, you cannot use the GI Bill expecting another BAH payment on top of it. That is why I tell people, save the GI Bill for after you get out of the US military. When you are a veteran, using your GI Bill to go to school is like having a part-time job that pays your rent. You can literally go to school, live off that housing allowance, and not have to stress about bills while you transition. That is how you set yourself up. The 8th thing I stopped buying was luxury travel. When I was younger, I wanted to treat myself. Fancy hotels, airport lounges, Airbnbs that look good on social media, but I learned fast, luxury travel does not equal better memories. It equals bigger bills. Nowadays, I travel smarter. I use credit card points, off-peak seasons, and loyalty programs. Hotels are usually a better deal than Airbnbs now, especially with cleaning fees and all that nonsense. Here is the best part. A lot of hotels and major brands have veteran discounts. Most people don't know this. You have to ask. Every single time you buy something, ask if they have a veteran discount. What is the worst case? The worst they can say is no. The best they can say is yes, and that yes can save you real money. For example, Apple has a hidden session on their website for veterans and military members. Do you know that? It is not on the front page. You have to use a special link. Just look up Apple veteran discount on Google and you will find it. They give you 10% off almost everything on their website. Every single stuff. Apple Watch, MacBook, iPhone. That is huge. Home Depot does it too. And even Tesla gives you around $1,000 off the car price for veterans. Think about that. You could be buying a laptop, tools, or a car, and you are literally saving hundreds or even thousands just because you asked one question. That brings me to the 9th thing I stopped buying: duplicate insurance. A lot of people don't realize they are paying twice for coverage they already have. If you are a veteran, check your healthcare and life insurance overlap. You probably have TRICARE or VA coverage already handling a lot of what civilian plans charge for. If you are working a civilian job, make sure you are not double paying for something your VA status already covers. And if you have multiple policies, adjust your deductibles. Raise them if you have an emergency fund, for instance. You will save money every single month on premiums. Don't insure every small risk. Insure the ones that could actually wreck your finances. The 10th thing I stopped buying, and this is a big one, is lifestyle filler. Those random purchases you make because you are bored, emotional, or trying to keep up with everyone else. Subscription you don't use, gadgets you don't need, decor that looks good for a week and then just sit there. We live in a time when buying stuff is as easy as breathing, and that is dangerous. Every scroll is an ad. Every click is a buy now button, and if you are not disciplined enough, your wallet is leaking 24/7. I stopped filling my space with things and started filling my time with purpose. That is what minimalism really means to me. It is not about owning less, it is about owning with intention. Now, all of these changes did not happen overnight. It took time, it took awareness. I had to track every expense, analyze every habit, and ask myself, does this move me closer to freedom or further away? That's a simple question, because every dollar you spend is either buying you another piece of freedom or another chain of obligation. And if you are a veteran of the US Army, you already fought too hard for your freedom to give it away for free. Let me give you a bonus tip, something most people never talk about. A lot of big companies quietly offer veteran discounts, but they do not advertise them loudly. They don't need to. It is on you to ask. When you go to a store, when you are on a website, when you are about to check out, just ask if they have one. It takes 10 seconds. The worst that can happen is they say no. But when they say yes, you might save 10, 20, sometimes hundreds of dollars. Apple, Home Depot, Lowe's, Nike, Under Armour, Verizon, AT&T, car rental companies, travel sites, Tesla. The list is long. You just have to look for it. And when you find a good one, stack it. Use your veteran discount on top of a sale, on top of a cashback credit card, and now you are buying strategically. They also have at the airport, they have the USO for veterans and military people. Where you can go is a lounge, especially for military. You will feel like you are in a business lounge. They have chair, they have bed, they have Xbox, food for you for free, where you can go relax between layovers. With all those I just gave you, you are saving like a professional. I think this is the real mindset shift people miss when they leave the military. The discipline you had in uniform, that is the same discipline you need for money. You have to budget, you have to plan, and you have to think 3 steps ahead. When you were in the military, every mission had a plan, right? Every movement had a reason, right? Your finances should be the same. You are not just spending, you are strategizing. You are not just buying, you are investing in your future self. When I got out, I had to relearn that. I made mistakes, I wasted money, but I also learned how to pivot. I learned that saying no to small temptations means saying yes to bigger freedom. I learned that cutting one unnecessary expense can do more for your future than earning a small raise, because it is not about how much you make, it is about how much you keep and how you multiply what you keep. And if you really want to go deeper into this stuff, if you want to learn how to turn your military benefits, your VA compensation, your education money, and your discipline into a long-term wealth plan, that is exactly what we are doing inside my school community. That is where I break down the real strategies, the ones that can save you years of trial and error. It is $44 a month right now. And yeah, some people hesitate about that, but let's do the math. If one of these lessons helps you save just $444 in a year, that is 10 times your money back already. And I am giving you way more than that. Every dollar you put toward knowledge that multiplies is not an expense, it is an investment. And that is the lesson I want to leave you with. The goal is not to live cheap, it is to live smart. You work too hard to stay broke, my friend. You work too hard for that. If you got value from this, subscribe, drop a like, and hit the first link in the description below. That is where you will find my community, and that is where we go step by step into everything I just talked about. The real plays, the ones that make you money, not cost you money. Watch this video that YouTube think will be helpful to you next. Thank you for watching. Take control of your money, ask for discounts, and stop buying things that do not buy your freedom back. I will see you in the next video. Peace. I'm gone.